Hey guys, I hope that your quiz and everything you've been doing so far has gone really well. I am looking forward to being back and getting to just finish up our normal stuff. But for the time being, we're going to continue the videos and we're actually going to start something that I think a lot of you guys will be excited about. Every single day, you guys always ask me, anytime we do anything in math class, when am I ever going to use this in life? You guys always want to know why we need to learn how to do this, if our phones can do it, and all these sorts of things. So, congratulations. We're going to start a section in your book that is going to apply to everyday life. So on page 285, 286, we're starting Introduction to Banking. Banking is something that you guys are going to really need to understand. Jude's mom, she works in banking, so you can ask him about it. He'll tell you that he's probably learned a good bit about how important banking is. In banking, you're going to have a couple things that you need to know, and we're going to start very simple today. In the yellow box, it says a checking account can be easily opened at any local bank. A checking account is one way to handle money in a responsible manner. A checking account is going to be your base account. This is where, for me personally, anytime I get paid, my money goes to my checking account. Then I also have something called a savings account. That's usually where you're going to put your savings. So I'll take my checking account money and I'll transfer it over so that way I can hold it. Checking account is where I'm going to spend money. Savings is where I will hold money. A check is an order directing the bank to pay money to the person or company to whom the check is written. A depositor is someone who puts money in a bank account. If I take cash to the bank and I give it to them and ask them to put it in my checking account, then I'm making a deposit and I am known as the depositor. A depositor may be assessed a monthly service charge, which is a fee for the privilege of writing checks. Some banks, however, offer free checking. Usually you're probably going to encounter that more often now. Deposit slips are a little piece of paper that you use to put the money in the account. I can't just walk into a bank with $200 and say, hey, can I put this in my account? I need to have a deposit slip that says, this is my name, this is my account, and this is how much money I'm putting into it. The bank balance is going to be the amount of money you have in your account. If you guys look, ask your mom, your dad, anybody, they probably have a banking app on their phone. When they click on it, it's going to show checkings account and it'll give a number, and that's the balance of money in that account. That's how much is available to spend. A checkbook register is used to record the deposits made, the checks written, the bank service charges, the interest earned, and the current balance. Checking records should be kept accurately to avoid an overdraft. An overdraft is if I have $20 in my account and I spend $25, then I've overdrafted by $5 because I spent $5 more than I actually have. A checkbook register is not something you guys will probably use unless you work in the field of banking, but it's still important to understand what it is. The final thing it says is at periodic intervals, usually going to be monthly, the bank may return canceled checks. Checks are cashed by the bank to the depositor. So many banks charge a fee for canceled checks. If somebody wrote me a check for $2,000 and I went to turn it in and it didn't clear, because that means the person who wrote the check didn't actually have $2,000 to give me, then the bank is going to be left with a service fee. They tried to cash a check that didn't work, and that's hard on them, so in return they give me a fee. All banks send a statement showing the balance for the beginning of the period, and then a chronological in-order listing of all checks, deposits, service charge, transfers, interest, anything like that. This is going to be called your statement, and I would assume most of your parents probably have access to that on their app. They can look and it'll say for the month of October 1st through 31st, every single charge that they made for that month. So this is very base information to the introduction of banking, nothing too crazy for you guys, no real math directly involved in it even. So get comfortable with those terminology. We're going to move forward in banking tomorrow, so hope you're ready.